For WTSA News and Brattleboro Community Television, my name is Ian Kelly. Some of the stories we're following on this Wednesday, February 13th. A Saxton's Riverman has been charged with lewd conduct involving a child. Vermont State Police say 42-year-old James Wallace was the subject of an investigation into allegations of sexual misconduct with a child, which was reported by the Vermont Department for Children and Families in December. Wallace was arrested Monday for alleged conduct with a child under 16, and Wallace was arraigned on Tuesday. Beginning in July, a security update to Vermont's driver's licenses and non-driver ID cards will mean licenses and IDs will no longer be printed during a visit to a Vermont DMV office. The newly designed card will be printed and mailed within 7 to 10 days from a high-security facility, much like the way credit cards or passports are processed. Vermonters renewing or receiving a new credential will receive a temporary paper license ID, which is valid for 30 days. Until the permanent credential arrives in the mail, a secondary form of identification may be required for identification purposes, such as boarding a plane or cashing a check. Early ballots for the Brattleboro Annual Town and Town School District meeting to be held March 5th are now available in the Brattleboro Town Clerk's office. Anyone wishing to vote prior to March 5th may apply for an early absentee ballot until 5 p.m. on Monday, March 4th. Early ballots may be voted in person in the clerk's office, mailed to the voter by the clerk's office, picked up by the voter, or if a voter is in need, can be delivered to the voter's residence by 2 justices of the peace. To request an early ballot, call 802-251-8157. Workers' compensation insurance will soon cost less for Vermont employers. New rates, approved by the Department of Financial Regulation, become effective on April 1st. This is the third straight rate decrease since Governor Phil Scott took office and represents $10.5 million in pricing relief for Vermont employers. When coupled with the 2 prior decreases, Vermont employers are paying about $40 million a year less in workers' compensation premiums. In WTSA Sports, a good game for Gordon Hayward last night, as Hayward scored 26 points, including a go-ahead three-pointer with a little over a minute and a half remaining. The Boston Celtics beat the Philadelphia 76ers 112-109. Tonight, Boston hosts the Detroit Pistons, tip-off at 7:30. Bruins beat the Blackhawks last night thanks to David Krejci, Danton Heinen, and Brad Marchand, each scoring during a 4-minute span at the end of the first period. Again, Bruins over Chicago 6-3. Boston travels to Anaheim Friday night to face the Ducks. Face-off is at 10 p.m. Locally, you can catch your Brattleboro girls varsity hockey team in action tonight on AM 1450. ESPN Radio The Ticket as they take on U32. Pre-game on The Ticket beginning at 6:45. For WTSA News and Brattleboro Community Television on this Wednesday, February 13th, my name is Ian Kelly.